Hello, Sutton. How you doing? I don't know how to pronounce your first name, but how are you? How are you? Happy, what's today? Tuesday, Monday night? Happy Monday night. How are you doing? I just came from the gym. I'm all tucked in for the night, guys. Definitely, every day is definitely a blessing. Every day is definitely a blessing. We woke up this morning. I had a good day today. I cannot complain. I had a good, productive day. I worked out this morning. Ran some errands. Knocked a few people's heads off. It's like, no, I'm playing. I got my little foot warmers on, and these things work so good. Let me get the other ones situated. So I got 2 foot warmers. These things are they go pretty fast though. I got 2 foot warmers in my foot, and then I have one for my body. These work good. These kept me warm last night for real. These hand warmers, they work amazing. I think last night, I had fell asleep last night, and I had a hand warmer. I think it was under my shirt, like in my bra area. And child, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was on fire. I was like, oh, it's hot. I was like, what is that? I thought something was like biting me. I said, is there a mouse in here trying to eat me alive? So I was like, oh, I got the hand warmer on me. These hand warmers work good, and they stay hot. Kind of in the beginning stages of the hand warmers, they're like warm. But in like 4, 5, 6 hours, these things be like they boiling hot. Thank you. God bless you as well. How you doing? Vicky, how you doing? Just dropped by to leave my like because you're so inspiring. Oh, thank you, Tremaine. Appreciate that. But these hand warmers are good, and they work really well. They had me warm last night. And I was already warm because I had my jacket. I had a blanket over my seat. When I sleep in my car, I normally always sleep like in the back. But I don't know, some reason, since I don't have my mattress topper anymore, I want to get me another mattress topper on Friday. So I'm going to go get me another mattress topper. And I'm going to use that. So as soon as more people come in the room, I'm going to tell y'all how my day went. I seen this guy from the shelter that I know from high school. He was at the shelter with me. He's a friend of mine's. But I saw him today, and I was like, what's up? You know, I seen him somewhere. When I had a doctor's appointment or whatever. So I seen him at the doctor's appointment or whatever. So I was like, yo, what's going on? This was the same guy at the shelter. I would see him, and he was like, yo, don't I remember you from high school? So every time I see him, we would just have conversations and talk. So I was like, yo, you still over there? Because I haven't seen you. He was like, no, they kicked me out too. And I was like, what? But he said he was only at that shelter for like 10 days. And I said, oh, wow, I was there for 2 months. Almost 3 months. I said, oh. I guess they doing their rounds of kicking people out, huh? Yeah, I used to put them in my boots when I worked in Kentucky in the snow. Yeah, they work really good. And sometimes, like right now, they're warm, right? But in like 4 to 5 hours, like I go to sleep and then I wake up in the middle of the night. Like last night I was sleeping. I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up to use the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, sat back down on my seat. And then all of a sudden I feel it burn in my chest. I'm like, yo, what's that? But they were saying in the thing, don't put this on your bare skin. And now I see why. But these things were good, man. And even in the morning, when I was at Walmart going to the gym in the morning, and it was literally like 6 something, 7 in the morning, I was getting ready to go into the gym, and these things were still burning hot. Like they were still really hot. In the beginning, the first couple of hours, they're like warm. But then 4 or 5 hours go by, these bad boys be hot. And now I see why they say on the bag, do not put these on your bare skin. So I have 2 in my shoe, in my socks. And then I have one that I could put on my hands. And I got one that I could put like inside my shirt. But these things work good though. I was comfortable last night. I mean, I wasn't comfortable sitting on my seat. I normally sit in the back of my car and like lay my bed down. But for some reason this time, I don't know. For some reason, since it's cold, I feel weird about getting in the back. I was okay getting in the back in the summer. But now it's like cold. I wake up in the middle of the night and my car is cold. Like the dashboard, everything's freezing. And I'm like, I hate this. But when I was talking to my friend, when he was like, yo, they put me out too. So I was like, where did you go? So he told me it's another shelter within the same city that we was in. He said they take people. So I think tomorrow I'm going to call that number because I did get the number from him. And I was like, yo, give me the number. I said, shoot, maybe I'll go there. You know, see how things work with me sleeping in my car, because I might be better off in my car, because me staying in my car, I'm closer to my job, and my job is not far from here. So it depends on how this cold thing snap out. I probably could deal with it. I don't know. I really didn't want to, because I've always been like so uncomfortable in the cold. I hate cold. Like I would take hot over cold. But it wasn't really too bad last night. That's my first time in my whole life like sleeping in a car that was cold. And this is fall, so this is not even like winter yet. So when I was driving into this complex, I saw some frost on people's cars. So I was like, oh God, it's gonna get cold tonight. But I'm gonna be okay. I got my warmers and these work really well. I have plenty of blankets. I get up in the middle of the night to maybe like turn the car on for a few minutes, like 5 minutes, let the car run for 5 minutes, and then I'll turn it back off, and then I'll just go back to sleep. But you know, I'm roughing it. It's okay. I'm gonna be all right. Yeah, I used to put them in my boots when I worked in Kentucky in the snow. Yeah, they work really well. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. God bless you as well. I'm doing okay tonight, y'all. I'll probably start getting tired around because I got to go back to work tomorrow. So got to get ready for that place. And where I'm at, I'm closer to my job. At least I'm not. Like if I was at the shelter is like an hour away from my work. So here, I'm just closer to work. And it works out for me financially. Like my gas is, I'm probably only going to have to fill my car up probably maybe twice a week. Because I think when I was traveling back and forth to the shelter, I was spending more money in gas because, you know, I had to drive an hour each way, like an hour home, an hour coming back. So he said it was another shelter out there that I could stay in. You know, he said it's kind of like an auditorium or something. So I don't know. We got beds. I don't know if they lay us on the floor. I don't know what that place looks like or whatever, but I think tomorrow I'm going to call around and see what the logistics of me getting in there would be. And I might have to go there, but the bad thing is it's still kind of in the same area as my other shelter, and I don't like that because now if I go to that other spot and it's like a shelter, they take in homeless people, like my car. I'm worried about my car, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll have to see. The shelter did me dirty, man. They did me dirty, but guess what? Guess what? I bounced back. We bounced back from everything. I'm just gonna do a live tonight for like an hour, and then after that, I'm gonna take it down, baby. Van life is gonna be a thing for a lot of people, man. But eventually, they're gonna try to stop you from living in your car. They're gonna try to figure out a way to stop that. So, you know, they always going to cut into something. See, because people already started doing social media and, you know, everything is put out there. What people do, the alternative lifestyles that people are living now. People are leaving society. Like, they're done. They're traveling in their cars. They're doing social media. They're making a lot of money on social media. They're getting out of this matrix of a world that we live in. People are sick. People are sick of living this type of life. Like, living, you know, not able to pay their bills and hide behind rent, especially if you're a single person. I mean, even people that are not single, it's expensive for them. So, man, people living alternative lifestyles now. They're not putting up with this bull crap no more. You know, they say, hey, go get a camper, go get a trailer, go buy you a truck, and people got beds in the back of their car. I'm thinking about building me one, because it'll be smarter for me to stay in my car and travel back and forth to work. It would be smarter for me to stay in this area in my car as long as I can do it, than travel back to that shelter, this other shelter that they have. I didn't even know nothing about that they had another shelter, but I'm definitely up for the task. But yeah, these hot warmers work good, man. These things work good. It's like I see a few stars up in the sky. I don't see the stars that I used to see when I was young, though. Like, when I was younger, like coming up as a kid, we didn't see these type of stars. Didn't see them. I don't know if the stars are further away or what. I don't know. I just got to move my car straight a little bit. You know, I like the coldness, but I like it when I have an apartment, somewhere to live. You know what I mean? That's when I really kind of don't mind it. But child, I remember one time I was here in the summertime, and for some reason the cops do come out here and do like, you know, they drive around cars or anything, but the cops do be coming around this area. The cops do be out here. I don't really see them too much at night, but I see them in the morning. They make, like, you know, their rounds up and down this way. But this is kind of like, quote unquote, what they say, like the bad neighborhood. But it's quiet. You know, black folks ain't gonna be outside in the cold, so the cops do be around here, but they not around here looking at nobody's cars or anything like that. But this is where I used to be at in the summertime. It was either this one or it's another apartment complex on the other side of this town. I used to stay over there, and on that side, it's a lot darker. Over here, they have a lot of like lights out here, which I really don't mind the lights because I could see people. But the other side of town, it was like dark. The only lights you could see was the lights from people's like front porches and stuff like that. But they didn't really have like a lot of street lights and lights on the buildings or whatever like that. Because I haven't been out here since the summer, since what, August? So, because I stayed in my car in the summertime for 33 days, and that's when I went to the shelter. So, but when I went to that shelter, them ladies in the shelter that was running the shelter, they all had nasty, disgusting attitudes. All of them did. Hi, Angel. How are you? How are you? How's it going tonight, everybody? Hi, Vanessa. How are you? How are you tonight? I don't know what to call you. You can just call me Homeless. This the name that's on my channel. That's fine. Do you need anything for your car for protection? I'm okay. I got my doors locked. You know what I mean? I'm safe. I would say I'm safe. Yeah, if somebody try to get in here, they have to break my windows. But I always make sure my door is locked. You know, I always make sure I'm checking my doors, making sure they're locked. That's all I can really do. You know what I mean? I do have like a hand knife in here. I got to get some more mace, but I'm okay. I didn't have a problem here when I was here in the summertime. And summertime is when a lot of people are like walking around and hanging out. But nobody bothered me, so. And if I felt like it was getting kind of crazy, like if I seen like a lot of cars hanging out and too much going on, maybe a lot of people would have been hanging outside. I didn't have that problem when I was here. And if I felt like that, I would just go to the other location. I have another apartment complex that I could stay at as well. So I have a few different spots. Like if it got kind of crazy over here at night and people were rowdy, that didn't really happen in the summertime. Not where I was parked at. But this is not a bad place for me to be parking and, you know, sleeping in my car. Not bad. Not a bad location. Because I slept here in the summertime in August, I believe. And I didn't have no problems. They just have a lot of cats out here. There's a lot of cats around here. But in the summertime, it was different because it was hot. So, yeah. I got plenty of blankets. I have a quilt. I just came from the laundromat, actually. Hello, Mr. Price. Mr. Gunzo Price. I'm sorry you're homeless. I'll be praying for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need all the prayers I can get, you guys. The more people pray for me, the more things can move in the spirit. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for praying for me. The people that believe in the power of prayer, thank you. Of course, I pray for myself every morning, every day. Every chance I get, I'm talking to God and asking him, can please guide me in a direction and guide, bring the people in my life that I need to help assist me in my situation, open up doors for things to happen, because I'm doing my part. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I need to do for myself to get where I need to get. But, resources are thin out here because it's a lot of homeless people, okay? So I'm not the only person in need, you know what I mean? So I always got to think about that. I think about myself for sure, but it's so many other homeless people. You got homeless senior citizens, you got homeless veterans, people trying to find housing. Like, I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee y'all this time, I will never get another eviction in my life. Like, this is it. This is it. I will never be in this situation again. Because I'm going to always work my butt off to make sure that that rent and everything is paid for. Even though my situation I wasn't evicted for non-payment of rent. So I'm going to make sure that I don't violate my lease again, basically. Because, when people think evictions and stuff, they always just say, like, oh, she didn't pay her bills or something like that. It's not why people get evicted all the time. People get evicted for other reasons, too. So we have to always just think, like, use our heads and always just say, oh, wait, it's not always from eviction, from non-payment of rent. And that wasn't my case. So maybe when I try to get something else that might be in my, it might help me and stuff in my situation. It might work in my favor. You know what I mean? But God is good. I am okay. Thank God. I had a pretty good day. I went to the gym, got me some coffee, and at Wawa they had their holiday coffee, like the holiday blend, and I like it. I like it. I mixed that holiday blend with some I think I used vanilla cream. So I had poured it, right? So I was in the side of town. I didn't like that Wawa I went to. It was kind of like a ratchet Wawa. I didn't like the energy in there. So I was like, oh God, I'm never coming back to this Wawa. It was a little kind of ghetto Wawa. I was like, oh no, I'm not coming back here. But the coffee was good. And the coffee was extra hot too. I was like, okay, y'all got some hot coffee here. But I was like, I ain't coming back over here because everybody was in there just acting all crazy. I was like, oh, let me get the heck out of here. I'm in the wrong part of town. I got to go back to the Wawa I normally go to. And I can't since I'm not in that area. I'm closer to my job area. But the Wawa I went to, they had some hot coffee. But it was a little ratchet Wawa in the cut, People was out there driving all crazy. I'm just like beeping. Some girl out there cussing and fussing. Some other lady, she behind me in line. I'm trying to pay for my coffee. She talking about some Facebook drama, cussing and fussing. I'm just looking at her like, girl, please. Like, first of all, you're too damn loud. I can't stand a woman with a big mouth. Like, I hate big mouth women. Like, come on now. And the whole store can hear you have your conversation. You don't think something's wrong with that? The whole store can hear you talk. And you don't think nothing wrong with that. But now I was like, oh, I won't be coming to this Wawa again. I got an eyelash in my eye. Eyelash in my eye. Thank God for this thing. I got it out too. I was at Planet Fitness, right? I saw my niece. My niece that I stayed with, I saw her sister. And for some reason, I knew her sister went to that gym. Because I think I saw her in the summertime. My niece that I stayed with, when I stayed at her apartment, I saw her sister. I saw her sister back in August or May or whatever. Sometime in the summer, I saw her at the gym. And it was kind of awkward because I was walking outside of the gym and it was in the middle of the summer. And it was hot, I didn't want to get in my car. I was just like, okay, I'm at Planet Fitness just hanging out in my car. But, I don't know if if you stay in your car long, your body starts getting kind of, cramped up or whatever. So I have to get up and walk it out, I get bored. I can't sit in the car for like 3 or 4 hours and just sit there. So I was like, let me get up and walk around. So I walked around Planet Fitness and I actually walked past Planet Fitness, like the front doors of Planet Fitness. And my niece was like, she said my name. And that's my niece that I stayed with, but that was her sister. She was like, so-and-so? She said my name. Like, I'm just going to say homeless. She was like, homeless? And I was like, damn, I don't like people noticing me. I just be, you know, it was dark outside. I didn't think she really noticed me. But she was like, so-and-so. I was like, oh, hey, what's going on? So that's my niece's sister, my niece that actually put me out of her house. That was her sister. And I ain't really never had no problem with her or anything. And I still love her. She's still my niece and everything. But I don't fuck with that side of the family like that. So I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? It was just an awkward conversation because your sister put me out. And me and her kind of had like a fight. Me and my niece, we kind of was fighting verbally. It wasn't a physical fight. But my niece did threaten to physically beat me up. Like, all child, it was all types of stuff going on with me and my niece, man. She was threatening to beat me up. She called the cops on me. And these are people that's supposed to be my family. Like, I'm just like, yo, we grew up together, didn't we? Didn't we grow up together under the same household? And you gonna sit here and threaten to beat me up? I said, is it that serious? Like, you and your mother are abusive people. Hi, Alan. How are you? What is going on? I'm just chopping it up, talking, running my mouth tonight. No big deal. But I was talking about my niece. I saw my niece's sister at Planet Fitness tonight, and I saw her sitting down. Like, you know, when y'all go in Planet Fitness and they be having them little chairs that you can sit at or whatever. They be having like 2 little dinette chairs. So she was sitting in them, and she had somebody else with her. I don't know who the person she had with her, but I came out of the bathroom because I had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, oh, shoot, that's my niece. And she turned around. She didn't see me. She didn't notice me. So I walked right on past her. I didn't feel like talking. I didn't want to talk, you know. It was just been like kind of like awkward. I know she been, how you doing? I was going to go back and say something to her, but then something said, nah, just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because she would have went right back and told her sister, like, yeah, I saw Aunt so-and-so. So, but something was like, nah, don't talk to her. Just keep it rolling, baby. And the only reason I went to Planet Fitness tonight, I had to go to the bathroom. I had to go, gadget, go. So I went to Planet Fitness and did what I had to do. And now I'm here. And this is where I stayed at in the summertime. And it was not bad. It was as hot as heck in the car. But I didn't really have no problems with, I didn't really have no problems here. Sometimes people would be hanging outside. But, oh, these foot warmers feel so good. They feel so good on my feet. My feet be cold. Like, even when I had an apartment, my feet would be cold inside my apartment. Like, my feet just be cold. Even when I'm inside an apartment, my feet be cold. So these are nice. But they can be expensive. So I really don't plan on, like, staying in my car too long. So hopefully, you know, the fall will go fast and the winter will go by faster. Because I ain't trying to stay in the car when it get, like, frosty cold. Like, no. So I'm going to see about that other shelter place tomorrow. I just don't like the fact that it's pretty much in the same area that I left. I don't want to go back in that area because I'm tired of doing all that damn driving. I'm going to see if they have anything out this way, maybe closer for me, and see what's happening and go from there. So we'll see. Better days are coming. How was your day? If you guys are new here, let me know. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you come into the room? Give me a thumbs up. I talk about my homeless situation. I was living at a shelter and I got kicked out of the shelter they kicked me out on Sunday. Great news, you found another one. But the only thing about the other one is it's in the same town. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same city. I want to get something closer to my job. That way I don't have to keep running all this money on gas and putting all the wear and tear on my car. That's what I don't like. I was busy on my day off. Yeah, we're always busy on our days off, aren't we? Aren't we always busy on our days off? Ooh, these foot warmers feel so good on my foot. And this morning, so when I went to the gym this morning, I was running a little late, so I didn't get into the gym and start working out. I didn't have it all together. My hair was like, my twist out that I had in my hair was just all over the place. And I think I did a live stream this morning for like 2 hours, and I was talking, and I didn't get into the gym the way I wanted to. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go in there and take a shower. And then after my shower, I'm going to get on a yoga mat and start just stretching. All I did today at the gym was stretch. I just did some stretches. I lift a few weights, and that's what I did this morning. So I have to know that everything for me is not always, I don't always have to stick to my routine. I always do cardio when I go in there for like 15 minutes. Sometimes I might do 30. But I do the elliptical machine. Sometimes I might do the stair stepper for like 5 minutes, and then I'll run for like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and it just depends. I always do my cardio first, but after the cardio, that's when I get on my yoga mat. I'll stretch, and then I'll do some dumbbell exercises, and that's pretty much what I do. Yeah, adulthood can be something. Adulthood sucks a lot of the times because you're like so responsible. I was thinking about my life the other day, like, wow, I wish I can go back to like middle school and start over again. Just do some things differently in my life because I really fucked up a lot of stuff in my life. I made a lot of mistakes, man. I made some errors in my life, child. I really made some errors in my life. But, you know, gotta keep moving on. Gotta keep moving on. I hope this winter go by fast, man. I'm ready for spring again. I don't even want to see what what's gonna come with this winter. I don't know if we're gonna get snow. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I've been watching a lot of videos with people sleeping in their cars and people sleeping in their car in the winter. Like, I know a girl on TikTok. She used to sleep in her car in the winter time. I used to feel so bad for her. I'm like, damn, sis. And she wasn't acting either, but she ended up getting an apartment. I don't know how she got it, but she ended up getting a place for herself. But she used to be in her car freezing, and I understand, you know. I mean, I'm not freezing. Even last night it was chilly, but it wasn't unbearably cold. You know what I mean? Like, unbearably cold is when you got that white stuff coming out of your mouth, like that air coming out of your mouth, whatever that stuff is called, the condensation. When you have that coming out of your mouth, then you know it's cold. And that's what I don't want to be out here like that. And I know I'm gonna find something. I'll go back to a shelter or whatever. If I don't want to be out here, you know. Even tonight, I was going to figure out with the shelter tonight. I was going to see what the logistics of it, or like call the lady or whatever and see if I can get in there. But I'm gonna wait till what's gonna happen tomorrow. Even though tomorrow my schedule is, I work in the afternoon, which sucks. So I work in the afternoon the next 2 days, and then I think I got like a 9 to 5 on Thursday. So I think on that day that I got the 9 to 5, I'm not going to have enough time to really go there. I don't know. My life is kind of all over the place right now. Me too. Life goes on. I'm down south, and we got snow in, what is that, Mississippi? It was crazy. It didn't last long, though. Southerners don't do snow. Yeah. We used to get a lot of snow here, like, years ago. Like, I would say, like, 10 years is when the last time we had, like, a crazy snowstorm here. It's probably a little bit less than 10 years. It was more like 5 or 6 years. I think that's the last snow that we got that was pretty bad. But, you know, with the global warming and the government messing with our weather, however they do it, however they manipulate the weather, they definitely are messing with our weather. They definitely be having those chemical trails in the sky. All that stuff be happening. And all that stuff affects the weather. That's why if y'all ever look around, do y'all see all these dead trees that's around here? These dead trees? Why y'all think all the trees are dead? Not all of them, but most of them are dead or dying because they spraying chemicals in our air. So, and that's not even I mean, you have to have some form of common sense. If you look, like, when I have time, I would go watch the sunrise. Why did I always see airplanes up in the sky, up there by the sun, like spraying them chemicals out? That's why all the trees are dead. All the trees are dying and dead. You see all these dead trees just falling? That's chemicals in the air. The farmland is not even what farmland was supposed to be. Like, years ago when I was young, when my dad used to take us for drives, and I'm from the country, so I'm used to these big farmlands and these farm houses with horses and, you know, all this stuff going on. You don't see that no more. You don't see the farmland no more because they buying up all our land, building all of our land. This world is falling apart if people don't see and understand. This world is falling apart. They want to kill everything. They want to destroy the sun. And I don't want to turn my channel into a conspiracy theory, but a lot of that stuff is not conspiracy. It's right in your face and you can't even see it. Like, people are out here trying to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything is falling apart. Like, that crap is bull crap. People still living in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm up there. I tell y'all no lie. On the days that I go and watch the sunrise, why do I see a plane driving up there near the sun? Chemical trails all in the sky. Why you think you look up in the sky almost every morning, you see all these trails? Those are not clouds. And I was like, wow, I see the planes right up there underneath the sun trying to, and you can't, first of all, there's nothing that man can do to do anything to that sun. But all those chemicals that they're spraying, all that stuff comes down on us. All that stuff comes down on us. You see what it's doing to our trees. So, you know, and that's real. So people believe it or not, but you know, we in some bad shape out here, man. We're in some bad shape out here. That's why I always wanted to move into the mountains. Why do you think so many people are like, you got cancer patients all over the place, people getting cancer, all this stuff that's in our that we breathe in every single day? That's not a conspiracy theory. That's the real. That's real. You don't even see farmland no more like that. You don't see farmland no more. And I'm from the country. I'm like, where's all these farmers at? Where's all the farmland at? But yeah, man, this world is really just going to hell. It's going down. So, I mean, what can you do? There's nothing you can do about it because you got the powers that be. That's why a lot of people be leaving society and they go find little places to live out in the mountains. Like, man, I'm into that. I want to go buy me a little cottage on the side of a mountain somewhere and be out of society. I want to leave everybody the freak alone. I'll come out here and deal with people when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But I still need to survive and have money and finances and stuff like that. If I can stay at my job long enough and I can build a certain amount of money in my 401k, man, I'm breaking free of this crap. I'm breaking free of this matrix. Get me a house or get me a big old truck. That way I can get in up out of the mountains. Man, I want to live in the mountains. The mountain air is fresh. All this crap down here is dead, dying. All these trees are freaking dead. Like, the plants are dying. Chemical trails in the sky. People sick everywhere. Like, no. The matrix is killing us. But I see it when I used to watch the sunrise. I see planes just driving under the sun, like spraying whatever they're spraying. And I said, man, that stuff is real. All you gotta do is look up in the sky when you wake up in the morning. They out here spraying like it's a bed bug infestation. I met people that invest and live in the homestead. They do everything on their own land, vegetables. Yeah, that's what I want to. That's how I would love to live. I want to get chickens, for eggs. There's another guy that I watch on YouTube. He's a young boy, smart man. He bought him some land and he ended up building his own little cabin. He built his own, and I watch him on YouTube and I really like him. He's a young cat too. Good looking boy. I think he's like 22 or 23 years old. Young boy. He said he had a relationship. He was in a relationship. This is how his story started. He was in a relationship with a girl. And it always starts with like a relationship ending or something. So he was in a relationship with this girl, and him and the girl relationship didn't go well. I think he was like an alcoholic, and he was messing around a lot with alcohol and stuff. He didn't get to, I don't remember his story, but I think the story had a lot to do with him like being an alcoholic. And he had a girlfriend. I guess the girlfriend must have got sick of what he was doing. He probably just was drinking a lot and not really taking care of her. Like, this is my woman. I love her. Let's do this. He was just being a knucklehead. Knucklehead, probably got alcohol problems, yada, yada, yada. So she probably ended up leaving his ass. You know what I'm saying? She probably left him in that apartment, and he was probably like, man, I can't, probably maintain this apartment when she left me or whatever the fact. So he was like, screw it, I'm moving into the woods. So he went somewhere. I don't know where he got the money from, but maybe he got loans or something, and maybe he had good credit. But he went and bought him some land. I think he had a bus. When he first got the land, he had a bus. He was living inside a big yellow bus, and he had the land, and he started his homestead from there. And from him having that bus on the homestead, because that was his land, that's his property, he's paying for his property. And he started building his own cabin. And he built his own cabin and he did it. And he was like a sloppy builder. He didn't really know what he was doing, right? So people in the comments would be going after him like, what the heck are you doing, man? But I said, shoot, at least this young boy got the balls to get out of society and go live on his own and live his own way and go buy him some land that he owns. And the land actually has like a lake in front of it. This boy got his dogs. He loves animals. He got his dogs and he got some chickens. Every day he'll go outside and say the chickens lay eggs, so he'll come in there and fry eggs. So I like that type of life, man. I love the life that he's living, and he's so young. I said one day he'll find a woman and, you know, maybe have some kids or whatever, but he's so young, he probably ain't thinking about that. But I love the lifestyle that he lives. He started that lifestyle from living in a school bus. He bought a school bus and he was like, I'm leaving society. And I think he's in Tennessee. And I think his grandmother lives around, so he'll go to his grandmother's house with his truck and he'll cut the firewood. It's a lot of work though. You know, it is a lot of work being one person trying to build a homestead. And, you know, me, if I ever did that, bought some land, I'm going to have to get something that's already built, like something that's built already that I could buy for, like, you know, you could probably get something from like Home Depot, or you could probably buy something from the Amish community, the people that build, you know, the Amish people be building a lot of stuff. So I'm like, look, I buy me a tiny home from the Amish people and get them to deliver it to me and put it right on the land. It's where you're going to put it, right here. I can't be doing no building because I don't know nothing about that. But he built his own little thing, and I'm like, you go, boy. I could get me a little tiny house. I probably could buy me a tiny shed for like $10,000, 12 or 13,000, probably cheaper than that. I don't know, but they be making these little doll houses. You know, you go past these people's homes and they got these nice sheds outside that look like a little tiny mini house. You could buy one of those for like $10,000. You could finance that bad boy. So, yeah, man, I would like to do something like that. But I have to see where, you know, my money is at, my financial situation. And I'm not a person to be out here spending money on a lot of crazy stuff. So, I don't spend I don't spend money like that. So I could live frugal. I could live the frugal lifestyle. Because, listen, I don't be out here look like no hotshot every day. I only look nice if I got a job interview, if I'm going on a date or something. That's the only time you go see me dressed up, child. That is it. And I don't go on dates, and I don't do job interviews that often, so. I guess I'd be out here looking like a homeless person for real. I'd be out here looking like a homeless person for real. And that's okay. I don't mind. I'm going to be myself, so. But how are you guys doing tonight? What y'all got to go to work in the morning? I got to go to work tomorrow morning, so I'm going to let this go to an hour. When I get to the hour, then I'm going to cut this off. But I had a good day, though. I can't complain. I won't complain. I feel like my hair is so knot. My hair is in knots. I am not... Being out here homeless, right? I can't take care of my hair the way I want to. I'm not a hair person either. I don't like doing hair, but I be just twisting my hair up. Like, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning. I'm going to be out of here by 6. And then I'm going to go to the gym. But the thing about being in my car already, I could sleep up until 7. But since I'm at this apartment complex, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to stay too late because, you know, the people in the office probably come in at a certain time. And I don't want to be in my car sleeping. People seeing me sleeping in my car, they're going to be like, oh, she must be living in her car, because ain't nobody that live here going to be sleeping in their car. They're going to go sleep inside their apartment. So I don't want nobody to notice me or whatever. But like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to do this, because I'm going to try to get myself into another shelter. And they got other shelters, so. And I'm reading reviews of these other shelters, and a lot of the reviews are not anything good. You see it when you see good reviews. A lot of the times, the good reviews are from people that work there. If you see a good review, it's from an employee that works there already, and they want to butt kiss to their manager. Oh yeah, I'll go do a review. Most of them reviews be freaking lies. I'm looking at a few reviews, and they probably be telling their employees, hey, can you go do a review for us? That helps the company grow. Meanwhile, they could care less nothing about you. Them little ratchet women that was running that shelter, man, a hot mess. All of them was nasty. Some of them were playing your face, like the lady that kicked me out, right? And I had a lot of respect for her because I knew her from the past. So I always had like this respect for her, and I liked her a lot. But when she showed me that night, when she put me out and the way she did it and stuff like that, I said, damn, I thought you was all right. But everybody, you know, some people you think is all right and they end up not being all right, baby. Mad support, mad respect. Hey, Derek, how you doing? What is going on? You must be cooking on your channel, right? I see your name, Mr. Let Me Cook. You must be making something. You must be a chef on YouTube, huh? But yeah, this lady at the shelter, man, I had mad respect for this lady. You know somebody that you have mad respect for? You think they cool peoples, you know what I'm saying? They never did nothing out of the way to you. And I didn't really know her, but I always had high respect for her because she was older than me. She was old enough to probably be my mom. I just had so much respect for her, and I always liked her. Every time I thought about her or asked about her, my mouth would like, I would have a smile on my face because I just had respect for her because she was always so cool. But always those cool people that just seem to be cool with everybody, those are the ones you really got to watch out for. So when she put me out, I'm looking at her like, I thought she was okay. Like, I really thought she was all right. But I was wrong. I said, y'all was so wrong about you. And people like that are people that you run into at certain stages in your life. Like, I'm going to run into you heifers again. I'm going to run into y'all again, and I'm going to have my stuff together. And y'all probably going to be the same ones sitting there at the shelter. Y'all going to be the ones with no homes and no houses. How dare you? But I thought she was cool peoples, man. She was all right. I didn't ever, like, take advantage of her or anything, but I respected her a lot. You know what I'm saying? She had got, and let me tell you, because I had went to the gym, like, before COVID. I was a part of this gym, and she got weight loss surgery. You know, the people that get the weight loss surgery, but then they act like they went to the gym and worked it off and they got the weight loss surgery. So now they got the extra weight hanging off their bodies. Yeah, she one of them people. And she was in the gym acting like, oh, I'm working out. No, you got weight loss surgery. Yeah, you did. Because you got all the fat skin hanging off. Girl, don't let me play you. But, yeah. I had so much respect for this woman, but I have no respect for her now. So people like that, I'm going to run into y'all heifers again. And you know, they do little sneaky stuff and then they hide their face. They do their little sneaky stuff and then they're going to run and hide. They do this stuff to a lot of different women too. This happens all over the place. Like the guy that I saw today, he was like, yo, they kicked me out too. So these people, all the ratchet stuff that I've seen at this shelter, the unprofessional stuff that these women be doing, I said, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. And when they put me out, I came back upstairs. I said, I have to come back upstairs to get my blankets and stuff off my bed. I'm taking my stuff with me. I'm not going to leave my blankets here. So she was like, okay. And I came back upstairs. Why I go back, turn the corner to the office? They in the office laughing about something. And I'm just like, you just putting me out. What is so fucking funny? In my head, I'm asking you, what's so fucking funny? What is so funny? Well, I don't understand what's so funny. When you putting somebody out in the street, you don't know where they're going to stay for the night. And y'all got the nerve to be sitting in the office chopping it up and laughing like, oh, my life is great. You came out of your bed to put me out. But they did say I could stay for the next day, but I didn't want to. I don't want to stay here another day. For what? Why would I want to stay in here with you heifers? I'm not coming upstairs to get my sheets off my bed. I go back to the office. You got to go to the office to ask them to let you off the elevator because the elevator has a key to it. I'm sitting in this shelter. Dope fiends. They put me out, but they're going to keep the drug addicts in. Oh, keep the drug addicts safe, but put the girl out to get up every day at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. Put her out. Yeah, let her go. But, yeah, all them had nasty ass attitudes. There's a younger girl up there. I think she's like the daughter of this other nasty ratchet woman that got some nappy ass wig on her head. She is the daughter, and the daughter got a nasty attitude too. The daughter like she in her 30s. I'm gonna tell it. And that other lady, what's her name? What's the lady that's in charge of everybody? She be dressing nice and all she got wigs on her head. And it was so funny because some of the girls was in there talking about them. The white girls was talking about, yeah, the lady with the wig. And I'm kind of looking at the white girls like, who y'all talking about? Why y'all over there talking about these black women with wigs on their head? Now I see why they talk about your nappy ass wigs. I see why now. I'm taking up for these heifers, and they throwing me out in the freaking streets. I'm taking up for y'all and y'all little nappy wigs, and y'all throwing me under the freaking bus. Like, girl, bye. And everybody be talking about the shelter. Like, a lot of people that work there, they look like crackheads. I think most of the people that work there are recovering addicts. And some are probably still dabbling in drugs anyway. So I'm not biting my tongue. They nasty. Nasty attitudes, disgusting attitudes. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And y'all got the nerve to be saying cackle, fake smiles. I would peek into the office and say, hey, good morning, how you doing? I would have to check in with this heifer on Mondays and just let her know, like, what's going on in my life. Like, what am I doing? The only thing I was doing was pretty much working, and I had some other things going on in my life as well. So I had to communicate with her, but she was fake as fuck. I thought she was cool peoples. You know what I'm saying? I thought you was cool. You could have kept me there if you wanted me to be there. But no, y'all so ratchet. Y'all rather keep the drug addicts and the dope fiends. That's who y'all want to keep in there. The drug addicts and the dope fiends. But that's okay, because y'all gonna be sorry. Something gonna pop off in there that y'all not gonna be able to cover up. And like somebody was saying, oh, that's the best thing she did for you. And it damn sure is. It damn sure is. I don't have to worry about nobody snoring in my ear all night. I don't have to worry about girls that don't want to shower and wash their ass and smelling nasty butt cracker. It's just a lot. Being in a shelter is like being in a prison. Because a lot of the staff members that work there, they're control freaks, and they want to boss you around because in their personal lives are shit. So they want to come to a homeless shelter and punch people around that are already underprivileged right now. If you are homeless, that means you're underprivileged. You don't have housing. So you have to kind of obey what they say. Because if you don't obey what they say, you're out the door. And they like that. They like people to sit around and kiss their ass. But some of them people in there cuss you out and hit the road, Jack. But, you know, I had respect for them. I've always been, like, a highly respectable person. Like, I always respect people until they show me something otherwise. Then, you know, I might. But, you know, when you're in a situation, you homeless, you don't have no other options, you're not going to really say too much. But they like that. They like for you to be, like, scared of them. You know what I'm saying? And I hope somebody is watching me, because, you know, I'm telling the truth. But I stayed to myself. I was quiet. I stayed in my bed. I stayed to myself. Some nights, this one lady, dope fiend, crackhead, they kept her in there. She's in there. Getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. I get up in the middle of the night because she's rummaging around, probably stealing people's stuff. She going through people's stuff while people sleeping. She tiptoeing around. You know, a thief, a dope fiend. She was outside in the parking lot one day asking me, talking about, do you have $1? And I'm like, $1? No. And I had $1, but bitch, I'm not giving you $1. Giving you $1 for what? So you can go get high again? So you can freaking go get high tonight? I'm just talking about him because I just can't stop talking about it. Good evening. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm doing good. I'm just running my mouth for the next, I don't know, 15 more minutes. Just talking about that stupid ratchet behind shelter, child. The stupid ratchet staff members that they hire to work in those places, man, I tell you. And I wonder how much they get paid to work in those shelters. They can't get paid much. How much do y'all think they get paid to work, to be like a staff member in the shelter? It can't be maybe a little bit over minimum wage or minimum wage. I don't know. How much do y'all think those people get? And the staff members that work at nighttime, when they're supposed to be doing like their hourly checks on us, they be in the office sleeping all night. All of them sleeping. 15 to 17, okay. And then the counselors, what you think the therapy, like the lady that told me to get out, she was basically like their counselor. Minimum wage, yeah, they don't get paid much, right? That's why they all upset. That's why they all are mad at us, because they like, you know, she ain't paying no rent anyway. Let's get rid of her. So I'm like, whatever. I think they get more. I don't know. I just think the shelters are a revolving door. I think they get more money from people that when they keep those doors keep going, when people keep leaving, they keep putting people out. I think new people, when they get fresh meat, I think they get more money for fresh meat than what they would get for me being there for 3 or 4 months. I think they get more money. Like, they get stipends, and they get money from people in the community. They get money from big businesses, give them money. Oh my God, you guys are a homeless shelter. Oh my God, what a blessing. A blessing from the Lord Jesus Christ. And these people are ratchet drug addicts. Like, and it's supposed to be a Christian-based shelter. It's such a freaking joke. I tell you, it's such a joke. More money for fresh meat. Yeah, I think they get more money for fresh meat. They put me out because I exhausted my stay because I've been there for like almost 3 months. So they was like, well, we ain't getting top dollar for her no more. Let's trade her in for somebody new. That's what they did to me. Trade her in for somebody new. We can get some more funds from, I know they get money from the government and stuff like that. And, big businesses in the area, the owner of that place, he got money, right? He's a rich man. So oh my God, Mr. Bill opened up a homeless shelter for all the people. He's such an awesome, great person. Man, you go into that shelter, you're not going to see awesome or great. You're going to see a whole bunch of ratchet people, a whole bunch of drug addicts, a whole bunch of staff that walk around and look like they get high. That's what you're going to see in those shelters. I'm telling you, some of these shelters are not what they cracked up to be. Not what they freaking cracked up to be. More money for the fresh meat. Yep. She licensed a counselor. I don't know if the ratchet woman, I don't know if she licensed. I know years ago they had another lady there that was a counselor. She was a white woman, and she retired. I think she was like a counselor. But I don't know what you got to do to be a counselor. I don't know what you have to do to be a counselor. I guess they got all different kind of counselors, so I don't know. I don't know how much a counselor would get. She might be getting $20 an hour. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But, straight ratchet, straight attitudes, straight ratchet, straight attitudes. They go upstairs sometimes and act like they praying. Oh, let's pray. I'm saying, y'all some fake behind Christian people. The stuff that I hear and the things that I see, maybe she may make $20 an hour ain't cutting no bread anyway. That's not cutting no cheese in society. It's more than minimum wage, but still, a lot of those people are angry. They angry because they getting underpaid. They don't like their job. You can tell that they don't like their job by the way that they treat people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see her get sassy with a whole bunch of people. But, and the girls are scared. We already in a vulnerable position because we're homeless. So we're not going to be getting sassy and getting nasty because we know that y'all can put us out in the streets, and then we back to square one trying to figure out where we going to live at. So how you think, I kept my mouth shut. I stayed to myself. I guarantee y'all, and y'all already know because I used to go on live videos. Oh, I'm leaving the shelter. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm headed to the gym. I was always out the way, but I really think that they didn't benefit much from me being there because, I wasn't paying no rent, and I didn't even eat their food. So when because I wasn't there all day, and even on my days off, I didn't hang around. So I never signed the list because when you have to eat food, when you're eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, they make you sign a list to say, okay, she's eating today. She's eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I figured I didn't benefit. They figure I'm not it's not beneficial for me to be there because they were like, well, look, she don't never eat here. All she do is sleep here. She not paying no rent here. We got to get somebody else in here. And that's what I think it was. I think they get more money from the government or whatever these people that's giving them money for this place. They get more money for people that's on drugs. They get more money for people that's probably on welfare. The welfare recipients, the ones that's on food stamps and all that stuff. Because when you go in there, guess what they ask you? Do you get food stamps? I wonder why you asking me if I get food stamps. Because they probably get some money from the state too for the people that's already getting the food stamps. So they do ask you all these things when you come in the door. Do you get food stamps? Do you have a job? How much do you make a week? They get all your information, and that goes into a computer database. And they probably looking at me like, well, she don't need to be here like that. Even though I know I need to be here, I need a place to stay. They didn't benefit. There was no beneficial thing for them to have me there because I wasn't bringing nothing to the table. Like, a lot of people in there on SSI, some of them women are in disability. Those are the ones that they wanted to keep in there because those are the ones that they probably getting the most money for. SSI, disability. I was getting money from my job. They wasn't paying me no rent, so they couldn't get money from any other source when it came to me because I wasn't getting SSI. I wasn't getting disability. I wasn't on general assistance. I wasn't getting any welfare money. I was nobody to them. So I think they benefit things, and I'm going to start trying to do my research and see what these shelters, like what they get from people. They benefit more. Like the lady that was getting high, they used to always complain and say, yo, she's out and she's in the room while we trying to sleep and stuff. She in there nodding out, twerking out. She in the middle of the floor, twerking and nodding out and stuff like that. The staff members acting like, oh, if I ain't see it, it didn't happen. If you didn't see it, it didn't happen. So if she overdosed, then what? What you going to say if she overdosed and died in the middle of the floor? What y'all going to say then? I'm doing good. God's will be done. How you doing? God's will be done. I'm doing good. So what y'all gonna say when this lady overdosed? A lot of those people need to be in a rehab, not in a shelter. They need to be in a rehab, not a shelter. But the place is trying to run itself like it's a shelter, and they try to talk that Jesus and that church stuff to you, and then they turn around and treat you like crap. I say, y'all supposed to be Christians up in here? Y'all supposed to be Christians up in here, honey. I just can't stop. I can't stop laughing. I had a good day today. God's will be done. I cannot complain. I went to the gym, ran some errands. I ate some good food. I can't complain, honey. I can't complain. I find one of my blankets. It's getting a little nippy, honey. It's getting nippy. My car looks like a really messy closet. I had a good day today. I cannot complain. I can't complain about my day. Well, these foot warmers is going to start heating up when I fall asleep, right? That's when these foot warmers is going to start burning my feet. I'm going to be like, ah! Like I did this morning. I had one of the foot warmers, one of the hand warmers. I had it inside my bra, like on my chest area. And when I woke up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, all of a sudden I started shaking like, oh my God, I felt like something was biting me. But it was actually the hand warmers got really hot. And it says on the directions, don't have this on your skin. And of course I had the foot warmers on my skin, and then it started burning my skin. So I was like, oh my God. Saving a grip of cash. I might be in my full-time soon if I don't find a job. Oh God. I hope you don't have to be out you might be in my 33rd. What's that mean? Oh, is that a car you talking about? Full-time soon if I don't find a job. Well, at least you have a car. You have a car to get into. At least you have a car. It's hard out here, man. And I always sympathize for people that come on here and they tell me, like, I'm homeless too. And some people will tell me I live in my car too. Some people say they live with family and it's not going well. It's hard out here, man. It's hard on your BMW. Well, at least you have a car, because if you have a car and you're going to be homeless, that's a little bit different than like not having a car and being homeless. Because if you don't have a car and you got to go out into the streets, it's like, where do you find a place to sleep? You know what I'm saying? I still just be looking at these people like, how can you live on the street, like on the sidewalk? How do you do that? I guess if I had to do it, I would do it. I wouldn't have a choice. It's either do that or die, right? But I'm like, how can you sleep in this it's cold out here now, man. I'm in my car and I'm still crying like a baby to be in the car, being like, this is just fall right now. We're still in fall, even though fall to me is freaking winter. But people, I really be sympathizing with people like, if I ever get rich somehow or something just pop off, or maybe I win a lottery or something, I'm going to build a shelter from the ground up, and I'm going to run it the way it needs to be ran correctly. And I'm going to hire the people that needs the people that's going to care for people. Like if you don't have no care for the homeless and the people that's underprivileged right now, you're not working for me. We're not doing that. We're going to feed these people. We're going to feed them decent food every day. Vegetables, a starch, and a piece of meat. Like the stuff that I see in these shelters, it's a joke because these people it's a money grab. I heard something. I'm sorry, I heard something in my car. But it's a money grab. Last night you slept in your car? Why are you sleeping? Are you homeless too? Yeah, I hear you. Thank you for going live. This is real life. Yeah, I gotta talk about it. I have to because I can't live in a fantasy land. I'm not, I've never been like the fantasy land type of girl. I don't know if y'all saw my videos, right? If you guys ever go check out my videos, I'm not into all that make believe crap. This is who I am. I don't come on here with a 20 pounds of makeup on, trying to portray I'm somebody that I'm not. This is my life, and I'm going to authentically talk about what I'm going through. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what they say, because guess what? I'm not on here asking nobody for money. I'm going to talk about real life things that's going on. You've been homeless since, I think you were talking to me the other day about it. And sometimes I might have to ask you the same questions again, because sometimes I forget, because there's so many people that come in here and talk to me. Sometimes I just kind of forget. But yeah, I do remember you say you were homeless. But we got to talk about these situations, man. We have to stick together as a people, even if we can stick together and just talk about how we feel. Okay, you know, I'm about to be homeless. You got any tips? You got any tricks? I listen to other homeless people. I listen to people that are homeless that live in tents out in the woods. I listen to them. It's one guy that I really like. One day I'm going to come on here and I'm going to share some things with y'all about people that I watch that are homeless, and they live in the elements. And when I say living in the elements, they live in tents. They live in the woods. They not living in cars. I watch some people that live in vans and cars and stuff like that, but some of these people live in the wood. One guy, he lived in Oregon, and he lived in a tent in the woods. I listen to him, and he makes his homeless journey like as a story, but he's really talking because he battles like depression and stuff like that. So he's an older man, way older than me. And I'm like, damn, how you doing it? So I was listening to a video of him the other day, and he was like, yo, I might die in this tent, man. He said, I might die here. You know, I'm like, tears came to my eyes. Last night in my car. Thank you for your going live. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna always be here. I'm here. I go live every day, and I talk about this. Yes, I don't have a car, but I make it work. Thankful for what you have. Yeah. You gotta be thankful and be grateful for what we have. And if you guys ever see somebody out in the streets homeless, if you don't give them no money, like, be kind to them, you know, do something nice. Just say, hey, how you doing today, or whatever. Even though sometimes saying, hey, how you doing today? It's nothing wrong with saying good morning. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes saying how you doing to a homeless person, they're going to look at you like, what you mean how I'm doing? I've been out here all night. You know, so, you know, everybody's not. But just be nice to somebody. Lifting others up is a blessing right back to you. No problem, man. I'm always here for everybody. Like, y'all can inbox me too. If anybody ever want to go in my inbox and say anything that you may not want to say in the chat, my stuff is open. I don't always check my inbox every day, but amen. Keep speaking until, yeah, an extent will help you when I get up. Speaking into existence, it will help you. Yeah, some days I feel hopeless, man. I'm telling y'all. Sometimes I be wanting to just end my defeat, end my suffering. But I know that's not, you know, I have more to live for. You know what I'm saying? Life is definitely hard, but a lot of people can't even, like, I'm sleeping in my car tonight. It's going to be cool. Like, I'm driving into this apartment complex, and I see a lot of people in their cars. The cars got frost on the windows. So I was like, oh my God, it's going to get chilly tonight. But I'm like, so what, man? At least I have a car. You know what I'm saying? These little hand warmers work. I have plenty of blankets here. I'm not going to be cold. I might be a little uncomfortable the way I have to sleep because I'm just sleeping in my front seat. I'm not really sleeping in the back yet. Until I get like a mattress topper that I can make like a bed back there, but I'm not doing that tonight. Amen. Keep speaking on it. We will be back up. Yep. Thank you guys. God's will be done. Yes, I've been homeless since 2022. And that's a long time to be homeless, man. 2022. Praying for you, Danny. And we got to encourage people, like, God's will be done, saying praying for you, Danny. We're all praying for you, brother. Everything will be looking up, man. Just if you have a job, hopefully you working, you able to bring in some money. If you have some money in your pocket, you definitely ahead of the game. You have some money, it makes it a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? Praying for you, Danny. It's not easy, baby, but you will make it. You sure will, brother. you are a survivor. You have a support system here, man. You got all of us that care about you. We're praying for you. We don't know you. We don't even see your face. We don't know who we talking to, but we hear your testimony. We hear your cry. You know, you talking about your situation, and that's how you can get. It makes your day go by better when you know people out here that really care. It don't matter what your color is, black, white, blue, purple. We all need something, man. Keep hope alive. You may have to sleep in your car. Keep the faith. Yeah, keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. Hi, Lord of the Rings. How are you? What are their channels? I'm gonna I think maybe tomorrow I'm gonna write down a lot of the channels of people that I watch. I forget this man's name. He's a white guy. I think his channel is called Hobo Road. I think that's his channel's name. Hobo Road. He's a white dude, and he lives in a tent in Oregon. And he used to walk and stuff like that. He's a homeless man. He doesn't have a car. So he's always like on the foot. You know, he is foot traveling. And I've been watching him for like maybe a year before I started watching him. Did I start watching him before I was homeless? I think I started watching a lot of channels before I was homeless because I knew I was going to lose my apartment. So I started watching him a lot of this content before I was losing my place. So I knew I was going to lose my place. So I started watching, like binge watching a lot of homeless people talk about, you know, like van life. But this guy actually lives in a tent in Oregon, on the coast of Oregon. And he's literally out in a tent in the woods somewhere. And he was just talking about what he was experiencing. Like yesterday, he was like, it was raining all day. And he was like, it's getting swampy, like where he's at. Like it's starting to swamp, like the woods where he was at. It's like a swampy area. So, you know, when things get swampy, it just gets mushy and nasty. And I'm like, damn, man, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know what happened to him as far as his tent and everything, because I guess he was okay, because he had another video that came out the other day. But it got to be hard, man, and it's getting cold now. So imagine him in a tent. Like, I'm in a car, so at least that's a little bit, you know, being in a car for me is a little bit safer and a little bit like maybe a little bit more comforting than what it would be for somebody to be in a tent, you know. Share their channels. I'm interested. I will. I know one guy is, if you write it down, his name is Hobo Road, Hobo, and I think it's called Hobo Road. He makes really good content. Like, he turns his channel into like he turns his content, the way he talks about it, into like a story, and it's like funny a little bit the way he talks about being homeless, and he just talks about the experience, and I can relate to him in a lot of ways about being homeless and stuff. And he's been homeless, I think, for a couple of years. And he's an older white guy. And he just talks about his experience. And then sometimes he'll do a live stream and he'll just, like I'm talking to y'all, like personally sitting down and just talking. But he makes really good content. And he turns it into like a story. And some of his stories be kind of like funny. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as soon as maybe tomorrow I'm going to write down everything. Thank you. Interview on Total Wine on Wednesday. Oh, you got an interview? Okay, hopefully you'll get the job, and you will. Just pray for it. Did you get another pack of hot hands? Yeah, I bought a whole pack. I bought 2 packs of the hot hands yesterday. I got the hot hands in my hand actually right now, and I got 2 in my feet, and then I have 1 in my hand. So I was like talking about you yesterday, Lord of the Rings. I said this lady on my YouTube channel told me to get the hot hands. And I didn't really think much of the hot hands. But girl, this morning, them hot hands was hot handing. Okay. Because last night when I went to sleep, I think I went to my other location that I stayed at last night. It was a different location than where I'm at now. So I had went in there. I shook them up. And I'm just thinking like, okay, the hot hands are okay. They were like warm. They weren't like hot at the time. They were like warm. So I wake up at like 2, 3 in the morning. I had to go to the bathroom. Them hot hands started heating up real bad. They almost burnt me. I was like, damn. But they work really well. But I got them hot hands, honey. I sure did. I hope you get the job. You will make it way. Ultimately, you're going to put all in FEMA camps. They're going to put the FEMA camp crap. That's why I'm trying to get out of this homeless situation as soon as I can. I know it is, honey. I know. I believe in that. The mark of the beast and that whole thing with the chip that they're going to try to implant in us. I know right then I'm not going to accept it. I would just have to die. I'm not accepting a chip in my body. Never doing that. I cried my butt off this morning. Had a dream about my cat that passed away. Oh, she keeps visiting me and being my comfort. Oh, man. I told her to wait for me, but She refuses to leave me. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have any family or anything? You probably don't. Because most people that are homeless don't have family. And I know that's a thing people ask all the time. Like, where's your family? Like, if I had family that cared about me, I would be with them, right? So most of us don't have family. People that are homeless, we're homeless because we don't have any support. So I hate sometimes when people ask that, because that's the next question that most people ask. Like, where's your family? Like, sis, if I had family, do you think I'd be sitting in this damn car? I'm sorry about your cat. You can also park at the gym since it's 24. No, the Planet Fitness here are not 24 hours no more. The Planet Fitness used to be 24 hours when it was before COVID. After COVID, those gyms never went back. They closed at like 10 o'clock. A gym is good to park at if you're like, if you don't, I mean, there's so many places that you can park at like for the day. Like, say, I'm in my car for the day. Where can I park? There's so many different places. You can park at Walmart. You can park anywhere throughout the day. Take a little nap in your car. Nobody's really going to be bothering you. Just going to probably experience like a lot of noise from other people. If you're like at ShopRite or like Walmart, it's always really noisy. And when you're parking in those kind of parking lots, you just have to be careful because you have a chance of somebody hitting your car or something. But you could park anywhere during the day. At nighttime is just when you have to be careful because that's when the police is out here. And they'll start doing that knock on the window. Yeah, the gym out here is not 24 hours. Well, Planet Fitness is not 24 hours. I know they do have some other gyms in the area, like more of the higher end gyms that's around. Some of those are 24 hours. Thank you. I appreciate it, everyone. No problem, Danny. Stay in touch with us and let us know how things are going, man. I don't know if you're working or whatever. I hope you get the job. If not, apply for benefits. Go down to the welfare building and apply for benefits. Apply for food stamps or whatever. Apply for whatever you can apply for to help your situation. I'm going to check him out. Yeah, he's good. I like him. I think it's called Hobo, Hobo Road. Something like that. He should pop up. Did you try the other shelters, love? It's another shelter that I want to try, but the only thing I don't like about it is it's not close to my job. So, I mean, I have a few options. I could stay in my car for a couple of nights until I find something. You know what I'm saying? I want to try. It's another shelter. I told you the guy at the shelter, it was a friend of mine. I actually went to school with this guy. So when you're in like shelters, you run into people that you probably went to high school with, and people notice you. They're like, so-and-so, because he was like, is that you? And I was like, oh yeah. He was like, hey, we went to high school together. Remember? I said, oh, he's a really, really nice guy. Just got into some bad, he was in a bad relationship, and he started drinking, and he said he started using drugs, and he just got in a bad situation. He had a business. He had like an HVAC business, and he just lost everything. He lost everything in his life, and he was like, I'm in rock bottom. I said, shit, I'm in rock bottom too, man. But I think his situation more so was the girl that he was dealing with. His relationship went left. He was drinking, she was drinking, and it just went to holy hell and back. So he was like, hey, I'm in the shelter too, and I think he was a little embarrassed. But he introduced himself to me. He was like, he noticed me before I noticed him. But it's hard out here. And he was talking about, I heard him talking about his shoes. He said, man, I've been walking so much. He was like, my shoes don't have no soles on them. And I'm just like, yo, it's so messed up out here in the world. People are really struggling. And it doesn't even matter if well, you got yourself into it. So what? So what? So what? People still need help. Just checked out his page. He's monetized. Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's monetized in Hobo Road guy. He is making some coins. Yeah, he's making some money, but he was saying that he was making more money, but then his channel started to they started taking some of his money. So I don't know too much about YouTube money and all that stuff, but he does get a lot of views and he makes really good content. Like if you look at his the way he makes his he takes a lot of time out to make those thumbnails. Those thumbnails are like pristine, they're perfect. So I'm like, I don't see how a homeless person, how you make all that good content on a cell phone? I think he does say he has a tablet too. So he said he got a tablet. So I was like, boy, you make some really good content. So hopefully he keep doing what he doing. He gonna be okay. Hopefully he keep doing what he doing. He start making some more money that he'll be able to find him something, an apartment or something one day. But I don't think he gets any other kind of, I don't know if he gets Social Security or anything. I don't know if he's getting a check. I don't know if he's on welfare. He probably is collecting something. So I hope he's getting some more money other than what he's getting on YouTube. I don't like AI. Yeah, he does a lot of AI stuff, so I don't watch those videos. Use AI on thumbnails. Yeah, he's one of those. I forgot to tell you that. He definitely uses the AI. And he probably used Chat GPT with those stories that he tell. But the stories that he's telling is like real honest stuff, because I'm homeless and I know what he's talking about with a lot of that stuff. But I still like him. I was watching him before he started the AI stuff. So we can be up one day, down the next. Girl, I know. That's why humility is so important. The Bible says we don't fight humans and principalities. Yeah. But principalities in the government, catch it. Catch it. Our governments are against us. Oh, I know that, girl. I know that. I don't know if you're a girl, a man, or a woman, but I'm sorry. But yeah, he does the AI stuff, and I think he gets his stories from Chat GPT, because I know he damn sure ain't in no tent coming up with that stuff. So when you don't follow the word, they make your life hell. Yeah. Like Jesus said, we must understand this is done on purpose, but God's about to change and shake things up. Yep. That is true. Yep. I agree with everything. And everything that's in the Bible is like coming to pass. Like I'm not shocked of anything anymore from people. And, some people say, oh, I woke up this morning, I looked on the news, I found out that my neighbor killed his whole family. Oh, the man woke up in the morning and murdered his whole family. And then he turned the gun on himself. I'm not shocked at stuff like that. Shocked at what? All these things were written. This is all written in the Bible. Okay. Yeah, you're a woman. Okay, no problem. But all this stuff is written in the Bible. Nothing shocks me anymore. I'm not shocked when I see school shootings. We're not shocked at these things. That's why wherever I go, I don't really go a lot of places. I just go and get, food if I need to. I always kind of got my head on the swivel. I'm always watching. You never know. I don't want nobody running up on me or running up on anybody else for that fact. But I always got my head on the swivel. Always got my head on the swivel. And some people say, oh, you're just a paranoid person. No, I'm just watching over myself and making sure that I'm protected. I pray, of course. I'm always in prayer, always praying to God and asking God. Like even now, I'm in my car. I still pray that God can protect me, keep me safe while I'm sleeping in this car. I mean, I lock the doors and stuff. That's not saying that nothing can't have access to me. If anybody really crazy, they try to break my windows. But by the time they break the window, hopefully I'll be out the next door. But, I always pray for protection, because you never know what kind of crazies are walking around, especially me being a woman. And sometimes I'm scared out here. You know what I'm saying? But I always ask God for protection over my life. I have a little pocket knife here. I have mace. I got to get some more mace. I don't walk around out here blindly, and some people be trying to scare me, and the men will be like, oh, well, you a woman, and you out here by yourself. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go knock on somebody's door and say, hey, can you let me stay the night in your house? I know I'm a stranger, but I'm unsafe out there. Like, yeah, I'm unsafe, but I still got to go about my life and live it every day. I can't just sit and live in fear. We have to watch the Lord tells us to do. Yeah, I have to always just keep protecting myself, and I just pray and cover myself. Your videos are very educational. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I don't have the best pristine setup sometimes. I just turn the camera on and just do my thing. So I try to mix it in with a little bit of hiking stuff. Hiking keeps me happy. Nature, going out in nature, walking keeps me alive. Keeps me happy. I love nature. I'm a nature rest girl anyway, but I love nature, everything to do with hiking and stuff. I love that type of stuff, man. So I got things that I enjoy. I enjoy getting up, exercising, and doing stuff like that to keep my mind sharp. And somebody was like, well, you're losing weight. I said, I'm not in exercise for losing weight anymore. I'm in this now for just my mental health, to keep my mental health. Because I'm telling y'all, in the beginning of this thing, when I lost my apartment, I was literally almost suicidal. I was almost ready to run my car off the nearest bridge. But I knew, I got more life left to live, and I'm not going to let the enemy take me out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the demons want you to. The demons want us dead. They want us gone. You know what I'm saying? The darkness wants us to take our lives, and, oh, this is over. My life is over because I lost this. No, your life is just beginning, honey. Nothing's over. It's not over until God says it's over. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let the darkness in. You can't let the darkness in. And sometimes the darkness will try to take you over, and the demons will try to get other people to, the demons will get other people to try to do stuff to you, to make you act crazy and make you do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stay away from people. When somebody gives you the wrong when you get like a bad energy about somebody, stay away from them. And the sad part is, some of this bad energy that we get come from people that we love, like our family, our husbands, our wives, our siblings. You get a lot of this bad stuff from people because the enemy is using people that's close to us, our sisters, our brothers. The enemy wants us to feel like we're out here by ourselves, and you don't have nobody. Your family don't care about you. Yeah, I know my family don't care about me. You know that? I know that, but I care about myself enough to keep going. You know what I mean? I know my family don't care. The devil don't have to tell me that. The enemy does not have to tell me that my family don't care about me. I know that they don't care because they show me. You know what I'm saying? When people show you something, you gotta believe what they're showing you. It's painful, but I have to let that part of my life go. I can't live the rest of my life worrying about why my brother don't want to help me. I gotta keep moving on with my life, regardless of how bad it may hurt me. But of course, the enemy wants me to be at a loss for life. Like, oh my God, no one cares about you, so you're a loser anyway. You might as well end it all. That's what the enemy wants us to do. The enemy wants us going every day. You know how many thoughts I had in my mind of, the enemy gets into my head and say, you know what, it would be easier if you just wasn't here. It'd be easier. Just go jump in the river. You go jump in the river and drown yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's easier when you're dead. That's what the enemy puts in our heads when we're going through the hardest seasons of our life. And this has been the hardest season of my life. Like, these last 3-4 years of my life has been the hardest. Like, yeah. And I don't know what it feels like to be like depressed and all that stuff. I have never really suffered from depression. I suffer from, being angry about this or that. I never had depression. But a lot of people are fighting and battling depression. And a lot of people are taking their lives because of this stuff. They let the enemy into their minds and they figure that their life is worthless. So I might as well end it. And it's sad. The devil wants us going, preach, sister. Keep speaking, God. Good, because you're telling the truth. Yeah, it is the truth. It's definitely the truth. A lot of these men be trying to game up to make us feel like we need them when they're the dagger we need to run from. Girl, I don't pay no men no mind. Especially sometimes in the homeless shelter, the guys used to try to like talk to me in there. Hi, John. How you doing? Your videos are great. Thank you for that. But some of the guys will be in the shelter trying to talk to the girls and stuff. And I'll just be looking at them like, boy, if you don't get out my face. I got enough problems. I don't need any more. I'm glad that my problems have nothing to do with a man or nothing to do with like a relationship. My problems are solely my problems. It looks like they put more lights out here. Ooh, it looks like they put more lights out here. It looks like they put more lights out here. It's chilly, but I'm comfortable in the car. I guess it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's probably really going to be cold. It's still only 10 o'clock. But I was comfortable last night. I slept in my front seat. And it wasn't bad. I can't complain. It was not bad. It was chilly. I think when I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I started my car. And somebody was like, well, you don't want to have your car. I'm not going to have my car running all night, but in the middle of the night, I will get up and let it run, let it warm up a little bit, and then I'll stop it again. But somebody was like, you got to be careful with your car. You don't want the carbon monoxide. I said, well, I'm not running my car all night. I said, I'll just get up and run it for a little while, and then I'll go back to sleep. Well, that's good. At least you had some blankets and stuff. That's good. I know I'm going to get up. I think I got up last night when I was in my car. Thank God I have a car. I'm blessed to have a car. Because I don't know if I could make it if I didn't have a car and I had to find a place out in this cold place to sleep at, or You know, get a tent or whatever. A lot of the homeless people got tents that they can sleep in. Some people sleep on the ground. I guess if you're tired enough, you'll sleep anywhere. But it's sad. It's really, really sad when it's cold out here. You know what I mean? I really feel for people when it's cold out here. And the sad part is, like, I know most people will not accept a homeless person in their house like a stranger, right? You're not going to just let a stranger come into your house, but damn it, let these freaking people, all these places that's up for sale, and I'm not saying put a homeless person in a $500,000 home, but all these buildings that's vacant, and you got all these people outside on the streets every night, like freezing. That's messed up to me. Like, I don't like that, man. There should be no way that homeless people should be on the streets, regardless of how you think they got there. Oh, you didn't pay your bills, or you're a drug addict, or you're this. So what? I think every human being deserves to have a place to sleep every night. You know, when you cold out here, it's no joke, man. Even in the summertime, in the summertime you could get away with it a little bit better being homeless. You know, but the only thing about homelessness in the summertime, you got the bugs biting you all night, the mosquitoes biting you all night. But I think everybody deserves to have a place to live, a place to sleep at, man. I don't care. Like, if you mess up, you lose your apartment, however, whatever happened, you didn't pay your bills, you didn't pay your rent, or you violated your lease, like my situation. We all should be able to legally always be able to get another apartment, regardless of what happened. People shouldn't be out here with no place to live. That's crazy to me. Livable bando is mine. Yeah, a livable bando? What's that? Lord, tell us to allow homeless in our house. Don't worry if people are going to break into those expensive. Yeah, they wouldn't have it then. Watch. I know people are going to come for what they're going to come. When people get really desperate, they're going to come for you. So all those people that, I know legally, like, a person is not going to just say, you have some people out there that probably will say, yeah, you can come here for the night or whatever. Some people will take in a stranger from off the street. Some people will do it, but most people are not. Oh, abandoned house. Okay. Yeah, and they're going to be breaking into houses and stuff. And the sad part about that is, if you get caught, you're going to have to deal with the cops and the police, and some of them are going to arrest you, and it's sad, but you're not going to die out here. If it was like really cold out here and I didn't have a car, I'm going to break into somewhere to try to stay safe and sleep, So yeah, nobody's going to be out here dying. Anybody going to stay out and freeze to death? I think everybody deserves to have a place, man. All these abandoned buildings, these abandoned places that they can fix up. You don't have to fix it up to make it into some big giant mansion, but fix it up and put some heat in there to make sure people are okay. All the despair is by design. Yeah, it is definitely by design for sure. It's a shame, man. And all these people that are rich, people that can really help. That's why people need to stop, like, cherishing these stupid celebrities. Oh, Beyonce. Oh, Jay-Z. All these celebrities. These people ain't thinking about us. These people are not thinking about us. These people are not thinking about us. Originally from North Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's definitely rough. If I ever came into some money, I want to invest. Just having my experience being homeless these last 2 years and not really having, like, the support from family and stuff, I really would love to give back, but I would have to come into some money to give back. Like, if I ever magically came into some money, I definitely want to get me a shelter going to help somebody. The good people will help each other, right? We all deserve a place. It's risky with the abandoned buildings because you can get a criminal record. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you break into a place, because I know somebody that did this before, you can get, when you go into a place, someone's house or a building, and you get caught by the police, they're going to charge you with a felony. That's a felony. They call that burglary. Even if you didn't take nothing out of it, even if you just slept in there for the night and the cops catch you, they consider that to be a felony. And you will get arrested for that. And a felony is like, it's hard to get a felony off your record. But I know somebody that did that. He went into an abandoned place. They call it legally. And I thought burglary was like you breaking into someone's house and you coming out with jewelry and a television and some valuable stuff. That's burglary. But no, burglary is actually going into someone else's property, like going into your neighbor's house without permission, or breaking into like an abandoned house, no one's there, going into a dwelling. That's what they consider it in the laws, in like the legal law of it. And I know somebody that did it. He broke into someone's house and nobody was there. It was not even a house, it was an abandoned place, but somebody still owned it. So they call that burglary. And a burglary is actually a felony. So being a homeless person, we have to still be careful of, how we move. And if you got to do what you got to do to survive every night, do what you got to do to survive every night. But some of those abandoned places, ain't nobody checking for those. But I'm just saying, some of those places, somebody might have a camera out there or just whatever. You just don't never know like who's watching. If somebody's not watching, it's definitely a camera. Like even where I'm at right now, there's cameras on each side of these buildings. I'm sure they can see, but I'm sure nobody's sitting up there watching that camera every night. Oh, here she goes. She's coming in here again. Somebody's probably not sitting there watching that camera, but they probably do run those cameras back. So yeah, they consider that to be a burglary when you go into a dwelling that no one said that you can come into it. They consider that to be like a burglary. But like abandoned places and stuff like that, when those abandoned places that's probably been there for a long time, nobody's checking for them. But yeah, you got to just be careful. And I don't blame you, because I would be trying to get into something too. You have to survive. You got to try to stay warm somehow. God bless you too, Mama Bear. How you doing? Can't get kicked right out. Squatters, they call those people. Oh yeah, squatters. Yeah, you got to be careful with the squatting, because you get caught with that, you could have a whole felony. And not only that, they're going to arrest you for sure, because if we're homeless, we already don't have money. So if they arrest you, I guess jail would be the best move, because sometimes people want to be in jail because they don't have nowhere to go out here. Yeah, the squatting thing. They got squatting laws, but squatters sometimes can turn places into their own. Because some people go away on vacation, or they got like summer homes. Oh, we went to Florida for the summer and we came back to our New York City home, and we got people living in there and they won't leave. And the people that live in the squatters are now saying that this is our house now. I've seen stuff like that. Like, what the heck? Squatters can turn somebody's house into theirs. Like, I've been staying here for 30 days. This place belongs to me now. I seen something like that. I don't remember what it was, but somebody squatted inside someone's house that was like away on vacation, and they came back, and the squatters were telling the people that own the property that you need to leave. The squatters were telling the people that they need to leave. Like, and they actually, they said, we live here now. We've been here for 30 days. I was like, oh my God. If I was rich, I would open up a ranch for homeless people and domesticated and abused animals. Yeah, I would too, man. I would definitely want to give back and help someone, because I know how hard it is being out here. And I know how hard it is not having family that love you like that. I know how hard it is. Like my sisters and my family and my siblings, I have a big family. So my mom and dad are deceased now, but sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night in my car. Like the other day, I woke up in the middle of the night in my car, and I'm just in my head thinking like, damn it, my fucking family, like my sisters. I'm out here in this cold car, and y'all sitting up there in your house with the heat on and comfortable, and I'm sitting out here, and I'm out here. That's the thing. They know I'm out here. I'm not like homeless and my family don't know. My family knows I'm homeless. They don't care. So that's the hard part. And I'd be like, well, damn it. Y'all fuckers don't care the fact that I'm out here sleeping in my car and it's chilly. I would never allow my brother or someone to, but now it's different. Now I feel differently. But before this, I would never. If my sister or somebody called me and say I'm homeless, I don't got nowhere to go tonight, come on over here. There's no questions to be asked. Come on. There's no questions to be asked. There are tents in the woods near here in Philly. Yeah, it's hard. Those homeless camps, and guess what? And they want to go out there and ruin the homeless camps, right? They want to knock the homeless camps down, right? Guess what? They're not going to do nothing but go find another location and do the same thing there. So y'all going to keep on knocking down stuff until y'all help these homeless people. Keep on knocking down these homeless camps. They're going to go find another one. Trust me. A person that's in survival mode, That's what it's called, survival mode. They're going to keep on trying to survive. They're never going to stop because they're going to move right behind your big, beautiful homes and make a camp back there. So what y'all going to do? Come arrest about 50 homeless people? You don't have space in the jail for 50 homeless people in one night. So y'all keep playing with homeless people. The homeless people are going to be taking over your towns, sleeping in front of your businesses. If I had a business and I had a homeless person that I knew that was sleeping out there, because, you know, most businesses have like cameras. So you can go into the business the next day and look at cameras and see, let me see a homeless person outside of my business. I'm not going to go and tell you, get away from here, you bum. I'm going to bring you in and say, hey, you want something cool, nice to eat or whatever. It's going to be on the house for us. We you know, some hot tea, talk to the person and try to offer them a job or something. Instead of treating them like garbage. No, you need to get away from my business, man. And the same business owner that ran that homeless person away is going to be the same person that's up in the looking for food stamps the next month because he lost his job or he lost his wife. Like anything can happen to anybody at any moment. People out here lose their spouse every day. My wife passed away. My husband passed away. He was the breadwinner. He was the one that had all the money. I lost my husband. My wife passed away. The house, you know, the house was in my wife's. People are not prepared for like things like death. So my wife or my husband passed away and there's no money. Those who don't have whole families helping them or not. Yeah, I mean, me. I don't have no family helping me. I sit in my car every night. Last night I was in my head and I started, like, I had tears coming to my eyes. I was so upset. I couldn't even, you know, sometimes you're so upset you can't even cry. But I had tears that came to my eyes because I'm like, I'm sitting in this car in this abandoned parking lot. Like, I'm safe, but, you know, it's still dark. And I'm like, damn, I got my brother. He's at home comfortably in his house and don't give two craps about me. And that sucks, man. That really, really hurts my feelings. Like, I really don't like my family like that. I said, how dare y'all to know that I'm out here and y'all don't give two craps? That sucks. How can people help you, loves? I do have a Cash App on my description box part of, if anybody ever wants to donate. I never ask for money, but sometimes people do ask. I do have a Cash App on my description part of my video. If you go to my about section, it's a description part. It should be a Cash App there if anybody ever wanted to, but I never asked for it. A relative inherited the house and found out there were squatters. Took a while to get them out. Yeah, the squatters be having rights. Squatters have rights. The chain gang has openings. Yeah, I know a person who was a squatter for a year. Relative inherited a house. If you get mail there, then baby, that's your place. I know, right? I know, right? Listen, y'all, when I was living with my niece, me and her had it out. We had a few words. This heifer called the police on me, right? Guess what the cops said when they got there? My niece is crying. I want her out of here. So then the first thing the cops said, guess what the cops said? The first thing that comes out of the police's mouth is, well, how long she been staying here? Oh, she's been here for about 6 months. Does she get mail here? Yeah. Oh, she lives here. You're going to have to go down to the county office and evict her out. That's what they told her. So even if you bring in your brother or someone into your household, they're not, you could call the cops all you want. If somebody's been in your house for a certain amount of time and they get mail there, you can't just put them out. You have to evict them out like you would evict a regular tenant. But me, being the person that I am, I don't want to stay anywhere where I'm not welcome. Like my niece didn't want me there. And, you know, the tension from just, you know, eventually it's going to be a fight. So I left gracefully, but I said, listen, I'm not leaving until May 1st because I paid you rent. She was like, I'll give her $100 if you can get her out of my house tonight. And the police is like, well, no, we can't get her out of the house tonight. We can't do that. She didn't commit a crime. You guys are just having a family's quarrel. And, you know, there's nothing we could do because she lives here too. So, but I was cracking up because she actually called the cops on me and the cops did nothing because this is my home. I live here. How can people help you? But yeah, on how family can sleep without wish list. I'm outside. I know. How can they sleep knowing you had somebody outside, bro? I couldn't sleep knowing I had a sister that was living in her car in the middle of the winter. What kind of person? What kind of person? What kind of person does that? But I know all family members are not the greatest people. I get that too. But I'm not one of those people. I'm going to bring something to your household. I'm not going to come into your house thinking that I don't have to pay no bills. I'm going to pay my portion of the rent. I'm going to pay my portion. I'm not going to come into your house and think I'm coming in with a job. I'm coming in with resources. I'm coming in to try to help the family as well. I'm not coming in to try to suck anybody dry of anything. I'm coming in to assist as well with this household because I have a need and I'm sure you have a need. That's why you welcome me here, because you might need the extra money. But family members be, people just putting their nose up. Oh, I can't live with this person. I can't live with that person. Like they're better than the next person. And you're struggling too. My niece told me, I had eviction notice on my door before you got here. I was like, oh, you having some money problems, huh? But then when you get into their house, they make you feel uncomfortable because she started really right off the bat. She started giving me attitude like she didn't want me there. Like I made a bad decision. So she was starting to treat me kind of crappy. My family not sure if they actually love me. They actually love to project their problems on me. That's why I avoid them. I don't appreciate having my energy drained. Yeah, that's true too. And I never want to put my situation, like my homelessness is my fault, right? Everything that happened in my life for me to be in this situation is definitely my fault. I've definitely took accountability for my actions that I took in my situation. But I guarantee you this will never happen again. This will never happen to me again because I'm never going to allow this to happen. If I got to work 10 jobs, I'm going to do what I have to do to make ends meet for myself. I'm never going to get into a situation like this again because I know that I'm going to be on my own. I have no support. I'm not married. I don't have a boyfriend. And if I had a boyfriend, why would I have a boyfriend and still be homeless? So some of the girls in the shelter be having boyfriends. I'm like, y'all got boyfriends, but y'all in here? I don't understand that. But I put myself in a situation. And some family members just don't want to deal with nobody else's stuff. And I get that too. But I have a lot of family members. And I'm just like, well, okay, that's your choice to make. I can't force anybody. I can't run up in their house and say, I'm your sister, you have to have me here. Like, no, if they say no, it is what it is. Some people can say things without saying it. You can say things without saying a word, especially when everybody in the family knows that I am homeless. That is crazy to me. Keep reading the Bible, ladies. The enemies come from our own family. I know, you're right. The family did to me the same evil. Yeah, the enemy always attacks us through people that we love. Like he comes to our kids, comes to our spouse, our husband, our wife, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, whoever we're dealing with in our life that's close to us. Those are the people that hurt us the most. Oh, girl, just wait. It's going to break into people's houses while the people still home. People about to go get ruthless. Yeah, honey, and they don't want to be afraid. Yeah. Everybody's sitting up on their high horses. You know, everybody thinks everybody thinks they got that job in the bag. Everybody thinks they got I'm making good money. I'm good. I got good money coming in. I'm making $50 an hour. And then you go into work tomorrow with a pink slip in your hand. Oh, no, unemployment. That good job that you got, they going bankrupt. Or the CEO of the business that you've been working for so long, they're going bankrupt. They can't afford to pay people. They're laying everybody off. So listen, it's going to happen to the best of people, man. And then that's when people in the family going to run and say, oh, well, I'm going to get myself together, nigga. But, oh, I have a need. Can you help me, homeless single woman? Oh, we see you got a house now. Oh, they're going to be knocking on my door. They're going to be knocking on my door. I just found a new family like here with your channel. Yeah. This is definitely a family's channel for everybody to come here and talk about our situations. And I love the fact that I don't love the fact that I see a lot of homeless people come here and talk about I'm homeless too. But I like the fact that we are sharing our situation and we're helping each other. Even some people on here, they're not homeless, but they like coming here because they just want to talk about it. They're here for encouraging. They're here to encourage. And I'm definitely here to encourage too, because shoot, I'm living it. And some people, they might have a home or an apartment or whatever, but they've been homeless before, so they can still give us tips and tricks. Save 50% for a family of 4. So when that happens, what would you do? Just curious. For what? My family needs help? Girl, nothing. I'm gonna act like I don't even hear them. You want to be homeless? You don't want to be homeless. You don't want to be homeless. It's not fun. You want to trade spots? Yes, Danny, we are your family. We are definitely your family. Homelessness is not a joke, honey, especially when it starts getting cold out here. I'm sitting here with this little hand warmer, and these things work good. The foot warmer is doing good, and it's getting chilly now. It's getting chilly. My car's getting a little cold because I got this interior, and I'm touching the interior, and it's getting chilly. But I'm grateful to have this car because some people are out in the elements. And when I say out in the elements, that means they're walking the streets. They're trying to find somewhere that they can seek shelter. I lost my corporate design job not because of AI. I lost my job over a jealous creative director who felt threatened by me. I was outshining him and he couldn't have it. Yeah, people, that stuff happens at the job all the time. People at my job do the same thing. They try to, oh, I'm going to kiss the bosses behind like they're getting a raise. Like, you're not getting a raise. You're just like the rest of us. I work, the job I work for, I don't say what I do, but I work for like a multi-billion-dollar company. And I actually really thought that my company that I work for, I thought they were like a multi-million-dollar company, but the guy was like, no, this is a multi-billion. I said, multi-billion? All this stuff in here that they don't even want to fix up or make better or give us a raise or give us this and give your employees that. Man, those people are rich, and they also got their hands in real estate. They have their hands in real estate, and somebody going to tell me one day, like one of my therapists, I was in therapy for a while talking to a therapist, and the therapist had the nerve to tell me, do you ever tell your job that you're home? Why would I tell my job that I'm homeless? They're probably going to try to fire me or something. Like, oh, is she homeless? She has a chance on tapping out on her, all types of reasons. The business is going to protect the business. Why would I tell my job that I'm homeless? Like, what are they going to do? Say, hey, I can put you up in an apartment over here. I know we're a multi-billion-dollar company and we know you homeless, but we still don't care. They don't care the fact that I'm homeless. That's my problem. Yeah, paying us crumbs, nickels and crumbs. They're rich people living up in these rich, they got probably 4 different homes. We got our summer home, and then we have our winter home, and then we have this home, and we got a home over here in, upstate New York. We got mansions over here. Like these the rich people. Rich people, a lot of the family, the second generation's family, whatever generation, a younger generation that's coming up into the business, they just were born into wealth. They don't know what it's like to struggle. They don't know what it's like to ever be homeless, man. But anything can come crashing down. Roommates, I'm up to the roommate situation. I just don't have the finances for the roommate right now because I have other bills that I have to pay. You know what I'm saying? I do have bills. Even though I'm homeless, I still do have bills. So I have things that I do have to pay for. Hi, Valerie. How you doing? Praying for you. I know what it's like to have family like that and know what you're going through and don't care. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, Valerie, when I think about them. And I'll be sitting in this car at night. And last night I was sitting in the car and I was just thinking like, damn, I know my brother's like, y'all don't care. The fact that I'm out here cold and, I don't know. I thought some brothers be loving their sisters and caring about their sisters. Like, we got to do something to get her over here and help her out. It's winter. It's cold. Man, people ain't calling my phone. They're not calling my phone trying to say, are you living or dead out there? Like, what's going on? Because you can die. Like, you could die out here in the cold. You can die out here in the cold. I've been looking for some of the revenue from these businesses is massive. Yeah, the job I work for alone, I don't never say what I do, but it's a multi-billion-dollar company. And I thought it was like a multi-million, but they said no, it's multi-billion. I said, oh snap. I had roommates for years to save for a home. Yeah, I mean, in the future, that might be my goal. But right now, I'm still trying to look for like a second job. So when I find a second job, I can go find like an extended stay. That's probably going to be the route that I'm going to go in, is the extended stay. Roommates can be beneficial, but it gets tiring as well, especially with 10 roommates currently. I have in a pad split house. Oh, you got 10 roommates? That's a lot. Yeah, living with roommates can be finicky too, especially people you don't know. And it's hard enough living with family members if you're able to live with your family. Just living with anybody is hard, but it's gonna be a lot of people past splitting and stuff because it's so expensive out here. You know what I liked about this girl? This girl that works in my job. She's a Spanish girl, and she says that her and her family they find a duplex or something. Like, y'all know when y'all see people with these big houses, like these landlords that have these big houses and the houses is split up in apartments, they mortgage it out and they live in it. They all split the mortgage and they continue to pay on the mortgage. And then when they get tired of that, they move to another duplex. It's a whole family living in a duplex. It's like some of these duplexes be having, I think a duplex is 4 or a triplex is 4. I don't know. But some houses can be split into two apartments, a whole house, like 2 houses that are connected together, or 2 apartment buildings. Just the way the building is set up. I used to live in those. I called it a duplex when I was living in there, but it was like this big old house, and it was split up into like 1-bedroom apartments. Each one had like 1-bedroom apartment. That's when I first had my first apartment, and each unit had a rent. And back then my rent was like $565. I never forget that. But imagine if the man had this big house, and the mortgage on that property, if he still had a mortgage that he was paying, he was getting at least $500 or $600 per unit. And this was like over 10 years ago when rent was cheaper, but I still was struggling too. But I was paying $545. Might as well just round it up to $600 a month. He had, I think, like 6 units, and everybody was giving him $600 a month. The mortgage could have been maybe $1,000 if it could have been cheaper or whatever. I don't know. But the mortgage is probably cheap. That's an investment property for him. And he probably had other investment properties. So he knew what he was doing, but he was making a good investment off of that property. But I remember that it was a big building, a big house, and it was cut up. Each unit had 1-bedroom apartment. Each unit had a small kitchen, and it had 1 big room. And that was my first apartment that I've ever had. And I'll never forget, it was $545 a month. And I stayed in there for like 4 or 5 years. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. I hate it for me too, but I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get through it, girlfriend. Y'all going to see the outcome of my outcome. I'm never going to stop coming on here talking about it. Like, y'all going to see one day, I'm going to be like, y'all, I'm in an extended stay, or y'all, look, I found an apartment, or y'all going to see. It's just going to suck when I have to get this second job. I'm going to be working so much. I'm probably going to be tired. But I'm still going to try to do live streams and still connect with y'all. I'm not going to ever leave here. So we're going to always be around each other. I'm going to always let y'all know what's going on. I love the fact that I'm building like a family relationship with everybody here. You know what I'm saying? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's scripture. I know. You do a lot of talking, no working. Here we go with Ethan. Ethan, I think you were here yesterday talking trash to me all day, right? If I were homeless, I wouldn't make so many excuses. What excuses am I making? Oh my God. Here we go with the trolling. We've been having a really good night. I haven't had not one troll yet. And here you go. The 2-bedroom apartments are $800 in Kingston, North Carolina, and Greenville. Get higher, pay for job. Yeah, it's definitely crazy. That's an apartment I had, and it was probably over like 10 years ago. My first apartment. I remember I used to call my dad crying. Like, oh my God, it's so expensive and everything. And now I'm like, shoot, I wish rent was $545. I wish. We was doing all right tonight. Troll came in at 10 o'clock. Okay, Troll, you must be trying to get yourself to sleep, huh, Ethan? You can't sleep. Is that why you all mad? Is that why you're bothered tonight, Ethan? But I had a live stream for a while. Wow, I didn't think I would go this long. Let me make sure my phone is not on. How much is rent cost where you live? How much is the rent cost here, Ethan? Let them troll. You haters make you greater. Yeah, I don't pay trolls no mind. I'll get trolls here and there. I don't get trolls too bad, but sometimes they come one after another. But sometimes the stuff they say, it just makes me laugh, and I just let them stay. I don't always block them. But y'all, I'm going to get off and try to see if I can shut my eyes tonight, honey. Maybe I don't wake up to be like a frozen popsicle. seemed like a real question I asked. But I'm going to talk to y'all later, okay? Good night, guys. I'm going to charge this phone and I'm going to go to bed. I will talk to you guys in the morning. I hope I get some good sleep, too. I have plenty of blankets and everything. Yeah, that's why I let him stay. I let him hang around. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? I hope everybody has a good night. Whoever's out in the elements, I hope that you're safe and you can find somewhere that you can get your rest in tonight, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night, okay? I'll be here tomorrow morning around 6 or 7. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you for all the support, all the love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Good night. I love yous.